you, as do your parents, grandparents, whoever signed you up today. So you already have all these people who love you, want to see you do well. Today we need to make sure you're going to be accountable to them, and that's part of what we're making the pledge for. Before I go on any further, please, as loud as you can get, give a round of applause for these gentlemen. That was good. That's what we were looking for all day. So real quick, I want to kind of introduce myself again, kind of explain why we put this together. So my name is Bobby Madden, and I just turned 20 last week. And when I was not that much older than you, I just turned 13. I was with my cousin after St. Rocco's Feast, if any of you are familiar with that. Yes, no, it's over on Pearl Street. And I just turned 13. Him and I just finished our 12-year-old year of Little League. And I was pretty sure I was the best player, except he was the only kid to get a home run off me and struck me out. So I don't really know how that works out. But the kid was good athlete. And we were just hanging out. We had just finished. He had been talking to a couple girls that night, but they had to go home. The feast ended early. Went back to his room, and it was the first time I ever saw weed, marijuana, whatever you want to put it. He put it out, and he explained to me how it works. I was like, I've heard this is bad, but I didn't want to say that because I don't want my cousin to think I'm not cool. Like, this is a kid that I looked up to. He was always a cool kid. He was the kid that all the pretty girls liked, that all the older kids liked. So I couldn't tell him it wasn't cool, but I made an excuse as to why I had to go. Right before he started smoking, I'm like, all right, you know what, like, that's whatever. Now I'll tell you, probably the worst part is almost a year ago I sat on the corner outside Spatafora's funeral home, crying like a little baby after just walking up to his casket. And a lot of people ask me why I did this, because I haven't been a heroin addict, so I can't say what that pain is like. But the pain of going in, looking at my cousin and wondering, hey, if I told him that wasn't cool when we were 13, maybe I would have the chance to do that today. And I understand it's kind of a lot to take in at a young age, but that one thing, as much as like I still hate talking about it, that was tough for me to get over, and it still is. If I had said something, my best friend from up through like 16 got arrested a few weeks ago, and this was a kid who I was over his house every day. We played baseball together. We transferred schools together to play baseball because we were that good together in our opinions. And I never wanted to tell him, hey, don't do that, don't do that. And by the time I finally did, it was too late. He wouldn't listen to me. He didn't care. I haven't seen him in over 2 years. He told me a few weeks ago how he was looking forward to getting clean, how he was getting everything together. Called him when I got home from school, no answer. Called him again, no answer. The second time I called him was an hour after he had been arrested. His phone was probably in the pocket of a Massachusetts State Police officer, a Malden police officer. So we're really here to tell you guys have a decision. As much I know, like, I have faith that you guys aren't going to do drugs. I know that you guys are good kids. And I'm not saying if someone does drugs are a bad kid either, and that's part of the issue now. There's a stigma. If one of your friends is doing something, don't look at him. Don't call him a loser. It's a disease, and you need to help them. And right now, you have the tools to say you're better than that. You have value. All of you know you have value. Now you need to spread that. Every life is worth the equal amount, and don't let anyone tell you different, whether it's about yourself, a friend, or an addict. We want you to go forward, and we want you to have an impact. You have people who love you enough to sign you up for this on a Saturday. They had to get up. People had to bring you here. People had to take the time to fill out the paperwork. Be responsible to them. Say thank you by making the right choice. In this community, a lot of things have happened in the past few years that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting to lose most of my friends from when I was like 15, right before I transferred high schools. I am friends with one kid from that group. Everyone else became a drug addict, ended up stealing, robbing, going to jail, drinking under the influence, hurting people. I had friends that were pulling out weapons, holding people at gunpoint. That wasn't something that I could be a part of. I had baseball for me. I know a lot of you guys are athletes, but I'm not going to play professional baseball, but it was an outlet for me to pull myself into. I had parents who I knew were not going to allow me to fall into that. And there are a lot of great parents whose kids sadly do, and that's part of what the disease is. So it takes a group effort in order to combat that. So I really want to take time right now just to thank you and thank everybody for coming out today and supporting this. This is something that it is serious, and as young as you guys are, as far away as this may seem, next week you could go, your cousin could be doing something in front of you. In 6-7 years, you're going to ask yourself why you didn't stop them. I wish someone told me when I was your age, but I'm telling you now, and maybe I have the ability to go call my cousin when I leave here. And that's something I'm going to live with for the rest of my life, and that's the pain that drove this, and that's the pain that hurts me every day to think about. something for so many years I would like disconnect with him because I knew what he was doing. I should have been there every day calling him and saying, hey, this is what's up, this is what we need to do, and then you wouldn't live with that regret. And that's something that you guys don't have to do. You guys can have an impact not only on your lives but on the lives around you. You can let Malden be a city that people look to with respect rather than as a place of race.